I would have lived in peace, but my enemies brought me war.
No.
Yeah.
You know, something that this book really gave me is the appreciation of killer lines.
Yeah.
Lines that you want to remember and like quote back, like poetry.
But then his strength isn't world building. His strength is the like character.
Well, I saw the
building.
world though. That's the thing. Like it's a new world.
Yeah.
It is a new world. It's not like they're writing a book about like this era or even in the past.
yeah.
It's not cheesy. Like you believe it. They sell you the world.
Yeah.
Is it a super elaborate world? A little bit if you
To
keep
me,
going.
to get the one of the best world builder titles, I mean, you have to like. We're
Yeah.
talking Brandon
Is it
Sanderson.
good?
We're talking about something more complex.
There's something weird in my water.
Oh, we don't have a cat anymore, so that makes you even more suspicious.
Welcome. We're back to the show called
Art of Existence.
Oh, thank you. You're riffing. That's a tease. We want to talk about a series that we read together, and
First series we read together.
Is this the first series we read together? It doesn't count that I read your childhood series when I was an adult.
15 years later.
Okay, so the first series we kind of read together, and that is
Red Rising.
Red Rising. Why don't you, my co-host in these little chats, Mackenzie Wolf, my wife, start with the questions right there.
All right. The first question is.
First of all, how are you?
I'm tired. We're pretty close to having our second baby. So
Yeah, we're days away from
Days is
days,
lucky,
hours,
probably hours.
hours away from.
This guy's trying to squeeze in one more podcast.
Take it off.
Okay.
We're talking about Red Rising here.
All right. How did we get into Red Rising? And I actually don't remember.
Actually, I can help you there. I was right after, I think it was 2 months-ish after her first baby was born. Mm-hmm. My sister came to visit, and I drove her back to North Bay. We live in the greater Toronto area, and it's like a 4-hour drive, and she's like, oh, this is a book that you have to listen to. It's incredible, blah, 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 blah. She puts it on. I was like, it's not going to be that good. Like, this chick, what does she know about good books, good sci-fi? Because it's just like, oh, it's sci-fi, you're gonna love it. And I started listening to it, and it was like,
And it takes off from the
God.
best. This is like the best first line of
I
any
mean,
series. That's what
usually
they
like
say.
sci-fi books, like they start
Do you
painting
remember the first line in the first book?
They start, like it's just like you have to be patient to get into it, and then you're hooked. But I don't remember, but like I know it hooked me. Why don't you go ahead and read the first?
I think I know what it is.
Tell me and then check.
Okay, let's see. I think
Because, like-
I would have lived in peace, but my enemies brought me war.
No.
Yeah, I think that is what it is.
You know, something that this book really gave me is the appreciation of killer lines.
Yeah.
Lines that you want to remember and like quote back, like poetry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, hit me with the first line.
I said it.
No,
I would
like,
have
read
lived
the
in
first
peace,
line
but my enemies brought me war.
Okay. Movie in your mind style.
Alex likes these very elaborate audiobooks. That I love
Movie
in your mind.
Play.
I don't think I could do it justice, because I guess it's Darrow, right? I would have lived in peace, but my enemies brought me war. But if it was movie in your mind, it would have been like.
What's the next line?
I watched 1,200 of their strongest sons and daughters, listening to a pitiless golden man speak between great marble pillars, listening to the beast who brought the flame that gnaws at my heart.
Whoa! Like that's Pierce Brown and why I fell in love with these books, man.
Yeah, oh man, it's good. The last paragraph, it's just good.
Read the last paragraph.
No.
If you haven't listened to it, like, or just remember.
It says, he thinks men like me weak. He thinks me dumb, feeble, and subhuman. I was not raised in palaces. I did not ride horses through meadows and eat meals of hummingbird tongues. I was forged in the bowels of this hard world, sharpened by hate, strengthened by love. He's wrong. None of them will survive.
Oh, I almost want to.
Gives you chills.
I want to read the first book again.
Once you know that, that first chapter just hits.
All right, so where do we start with this series?
So
my sister introduced me to
it.
And I listened to a little bit, and then I was like, I guess I was in the between books. Sometimes when you're in those big books, like after I read Dune, you're like, your mind still lives in that reality, so it's hard to separate. So you need some time or like a silly little book to get into. I took time and I read a couple like little silly novellas from the 60s and 50s of sci-fi, classic, like Alien, just really, 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 really silly but like campy style. And then I'd listen to the beginning of this. It was like at the beginning, it was like 2 hours. I listened to it 2 hours with her, and I was like, "What is this thing?" And then I took off listening to all the audiobooks, and that was it. I finished the full series, and then I was like, "You have to, please get it, read it, listen to it," and that was it.
Yeah, so that's how we got into it. I didn't even remember that, but that sounds about right. Okay, the next one. What made the first book feel different than other books?
And other series. I mean, I think you just read it. Like, it's just so powerful and emotional.
The way that he starts the first book, that like crushes your soul. Like, it's like, yeah, we won't do any spoilers.
No, we'll do complete spoilers.
Okay.
We're gonna assume that you've read the first series.
Yeah.
So
like the death of Io is just like so sad and
that happens
so
like what in the first
it's like
quarter?
literally the first chapter, isn't it?
I don't know, second
chapter. Not that long after.
First or second chapter, yeah.
Yeah.
So it starts heavy, emotional, and really it's just like powerful.
It's powerful. So like it really just set it up great for context, and then he did a really good job of it. Actually, like generally has like it's not a high fantasy in the sense that it needs like all this super elaborate world building, especially from the first book. Like as you progress, you get more and more. The first book is more like an military academy type book, and it's more like a very Soviet era gulag type of like you're in the concentration camp. Like it's not painting you the whole like it is. You see the world, but it doesn't go elaborate, right? It's not. Oh, well, like I think he paints the reds, but he doesn't paint like it's not like he's trying to.
It's a mystery.
Like, a world because like the other.
What's the other book that I really like that you had a hard time getting into? The Blinding Knife. Oh,
The Blinding Knife is like one of the later books. The Lightbringer series.
The Lightbringer series.
Yeah.
That one is hard to get into.
Oh my gosh.
But once you get into it, it's one of my favorite series. But it's very slow. But it's very slow in the beginning. It doesn't hook you. And you're like, oh, I gotta keep going.
Because there's like a complex magic system.
And it tries to introduce it from the beginning. I think that you're right.
And it's trying to give a backstory to the world.
I guess it's different because this doesn't have magic to it, but it's just kind of like sci-fi, like just future. So you can fill in. Like you know what the future kind of looks like, you know what a dystopian future looks like, but you don't have to introduce the magic. I don't know.
But I think basically simple world building done well, so that like you do feel like you're getting a sense of the world,
and emotionally hooking.
But it was more the emphasis in the first book was more about that emotional hook. That way you cared about like the war that comes.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
Because it's not a adventure. Like you can see it that way, but it's not an adventure. Book. It's almost like in the foundation is a revenge story, and we all know the revenge story. It's like the most classic, simple thing that you can do.
But not really because
I know, but that's
like he becomes them. He becomes
the archetype
like
right from the beginning. Makes you feel like, oh, it's a revenge story. I know what that is. I'll believe it. Almost like what's that Keanu Reeves movies? We went to see the movie, the last one in the theater.
John Wick.
John Wick. Like John Wick, oh, my dog dies. I'm going to kill everybody for it. And you're in for it.
And I'm in. Soul.
And you're in.
They killed his wife, too.
No, his wife dies of cancer.
Oh.
And the dog is like a gift of the wife. Yeah, so it feels like it's a revenge and you're in it for the underdog. And then it starts sprinkling into the world. So it's like an easy buy-in and then starts laying on layers on top.
That's what makes it so good is it's not just like, oh, then automatically he hates all the, like you do get that sense like right at the beginning, like, oh, the golds are the reason like the system killed my wife.
I mean, it's brutal
but then at the
because
same
you
time,
hate the golds with him along.
But then he's becoming one. Like he really is. His whole mindset becomes like them. And, yeah.
Okay, we're getting ahead of what's the next question?
It's so complex and good. I think we already kind of went over this because it's saying is Pierce Brown one of the best world builders. I don't know if I think it's hard to say world builder.
If we would have stayed in the first book.
But then his strength isn't world building. His strength is the like character.
Well, I saw the world though. That's the thing. Like it's a new world.
Yeah.
It is a new world. It's not like they're writing a book about like this era or even in the past.
No, yeah.
But so you do see the world that they live in, and you believe it. It's not cheesy. Like you believe it. They sell you the world.
Yeah.
Is it that super elaborate world? A little bit if you keep going.
To me, to get one of the best world builder titles, I mean, you have to like. We're talking Brandon Sanderson. We're talking about something more complex.
More than because you've read a lot of fantasies. Compared to that.
That's what I'm saying. I think
The
he
glass.
can't
What's
get,
the glass one that you had?
The Mistborn one and everything. Throne of Glass.
Throne of
I mean,
Glass?
yeah, exactly.
That's not the same one. City of Glass?
No, that's something different. Yeah, like exactly. Something like Throne of Glass or yeah. There's just so many like I think you need to have a lot more like realm, more effort put into like complexity for in order to be giving a
impress me with the world, I guess.
Yeah, but that's not what he was trying to do.
No.
But at the same time, like that means that he wasn't. I wouldn't give him that title. He'd have to work a little harder.
I mean, if we talk about the series itself, the whole first series, it's a complex enough world, but it's not. I'm not blown away by it. I'm not seeing something that I haven't seen in another series or another like futuristic.
A lot of it's taking place in the school, right?
In Mars, in the school, yeah.
So that's what it's like.
Well, not the series, the first book.
Yeah, the first book.
Yeah.
But even the rest of the books, there's not that many settings.
And they're
really.
not fantastical places.
So to me, does he do the world building well? Yes, definitely. You buy into it, like you said, but at the same time, you're going to have to work a little harder.
Yeah.
I think a different category of books gets the like best world builder.
Okay.
If this is the book Oscars.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, who's your fave character in the first book? I mean,
very first book, who's your favorite character?
obviously you have to be with Darrow, right? Like,
yeah, you don't start to like the other.
I mean, obviously in the second set of Red Rising
the first book,
Darrow starts to piss me off.
Oh, well, let's stay in the first series.
Okay.
First series, the first book is basically Darrow becoming, being a red, becoming a gold, and going off to the academy to get placed into a house.
It's almost Hunger Games-y in the sense that, like, when you're reading the first Hunger Games book, especially, like, or even through the series, like, you're in Katniss's head.
Yes.
And you're reading the whole narrative and everything's through Katniss. It's like, who's your favorite Hunger Games character? Like, obviously it's Katniss, right?
Yeah.
And that's how this book is. But then you get into, like, obviously Severo becomes your favorite. If Severo's not your favorite, then we're not friends.
Yeah.
Then we're a different type of people.
Severo's incredible.
Because Darrow starts to become more complex, spices things up a little. He's not, like, totally military mindset. And as Darrow's mindset becomes more rigid, like he starts to lose like kind of the red inside of him, if you want to say.
The pain, the revenge. You start losing the revenge story, and it's more of like transformation story.
He becomes, which is good because like he's like you get him like almost like he's a real man. Like he starts to harden.
Yeah.
Then he kind of loses that like bleeding heart appeal that he had in the first book. That makes him your favorite character.
Yeah,
in the first
I mean,
book.
some of the lines saying like, I don't even remember what was her Io or Eo?
Io, I think is his wife's
Io?
name.
Yeah, like some of the lines of him saying like, I don't even remember her voice anymore or what she looked like. And it's like, oh, they've built up the image of her being a savior, but was she? He started even doubting his own revenge story. Like they're building the society. Obviously, they're looking. I want to use the Mockingjay. They're turning the Mockingjay into a symbol for whatever they need to get done, and that's what the rebellion, or what do they call it in the book? The resistance. I don't know.
I don't remember anymore. But even like as he becomes. Yeah.
He starts to turn on his own personal story in his mind. And he's like, are the gold so bad?
Well, especially after like society starts to collapse. It's like that's the whole crux of the second series, right? It's like we did the thing, we kind of won in a sense, if you want to call it winning, but then at the same time, like look what we've done now. And I think that's why he introduces Lyra and her family and stuff like that in the second book, and you see what life for the Reds has turned to. And
after his win.
Yeah. And it's like, is he the hero?
But I mean, you go back to that's the toughest thing. People think you want to think you defeat the bad person, you defeat the empire, you defeat the golds. But what comes next? You forget that after you leave your chains, you spend 40 years in the desert.
That's why, not to go like somewhere else, but that's why I liked Mistborn so much, because
Vic,
the little boy, Vin is the girl.
Vin is the girl.
Vin's husband.
Vin's husband is Alucard? No,
that's way of
I got too many books in my head.
He has no excuse. The guy who was like
the son, the one that's the big reader.
I like that it's not like Vin and her people kind of like take over and like even as the society's breaking down, stuff like that, they still have him who was kind of like raised in the royal system, I guess, or like what they would call the gold system.
Yes, they don't just replace the whole infrastructure. They make a strategic play of placing somebody of the old system as an ally to make changes slowly.
Yeah, and I think that's what he tries to do with like the whole Darrow and Mustang thing.
It's between reformation and total anarchy and destroying the system and placing something new.
And that's what's like, I think that's what is supposed to be the dynamic with him and his wife.
Yeah.
Darrow and his wife, but.
Darrow and Mustang.
What color would you be?
Ooh. So I don't remember all of them, but like obviously the red, the gold, the pinks, the oranges are like the more the mechanical, technical ones. Then the browns, which are more like cleaning and stuff like that. Then you have the obsidians, who are more like the soldiers. What is Ragnar? Obsidian?
Yeah, but is that really like a group of people, or was that more
That's
like
a color.
place? Yeah.
As a color.
Okay, I don't really remember, honestly.
Open up the book, it'll probably have an
At
index.
least the hard copy probably will. Gold, the fiercely intelligent rulers of humanity. Silver is innovators, financiers, and businessmen. White, priests and priestesses who oversee ritual function. Copper is administration, lawyer, and bureaucrats. Blue is pilots and astronavigators. Yellow is experts in human and natural science. Green, programmers and developers. Violet's the creative class. Orange, system support and mechanical enterprise. Gray is military and police.
Ooh, great.
Brown is servants in homes, business, and social institution. Obsidian, a monstrous race bred only for war. Pink, unparalleled in beauty. They're bred and trained for physical art. Well, they're like hookers. And
Hookers.
red is unskilled manual laborers, conditioned to brutal environs.
Okay, what would you be?
I mean, the
Pick a
easy
color.
answer is that I'm a white, right?
I'm a white.
In real life, that's what I am. So.
Non-racial slur. I'm a white.
I'm a white.
Maybe like a silver.
Like, I mean, you're an innovator and a businessman.
Or
Okay.
a gray. Because it's easy for you to be like, oh, I'd be a
Military personnel.
gold.
No,
But, like,
neither of us would be gold, I don't think. I don't think we were reds either, because we don't have like the nitty gritty.
yeah, we're not Irish.
We can't like be miners, I don't
How much of like the reds are Irish type of like Scottish?
Yeah, definitely once you hear the audiobook with
Yeah.
she's like super strong.
Bloody dumb.
Yeah, it's like he really puts his bias in there.
Yeah.
There's
Red
no-
hair and bloody dumb.
Yeah.
Family rituals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I could see. Would you say for yourself silver?
Yeah, silver or like gray.
Yeah, I think I'm a priest through and through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of
can't
crazy.
run
They're
from
blind.
this
They're
calling,
blind.
it is-
Remember, they're blind.
Yeah.
And they're like they blind them. Just like it's kind of intense, man. Why
Yeah.
don't you pick something normal, like an orange?
Wish I could. Wish I could have in this life too. God had other plans.
Okay.
How many kids will we have before Pierce Brown writes Red Would Die? We're up to 2 already.
Thank you. Tune in for the next one.